Welcome back to 33-year-old boomer walking barefoot in the woods. Yeah, I'm not showing you my feet. Sorry, that's exclusive content. So today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. The idea that you should know thyself before you wreck thyself. What is this about? So many of us are genetically predisposed to various forms of addiction. People like the Primogen has talked about his past and all the mad stuff he used to get up to. There seems to be some correlation between addiction and dopamine, and that it would appear that people who are more predisposed to some form of addiction is because things feel better for us naturally. Our brain releases more dopamine when we do certain activities. Now, in my case, a couple of years before the coup, I went full-time freelance, which meant that I was pretty much at home a lot of the time, just looking for clients and working. And slowly over time, this led to a bunch of overeating. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm rather voluminous. I'm in really good shape, given how big I am. But I've been working very, very hard for years to lose my weight and get into good shape, to reveal the Herculean physique that exists beneath the gelatinous exterior. You see, they say that knowledge is power, and I wish I would have known myself better, because that would have led to a far better outcome. You see, life is actually a lot more about avoiding catastrophic decisions than making all the right decisions. Because of course you can make all the right decisions, you can work hard and save all your money and invest it and care about your health and exercise every day and have a lot of good friends, but it only takes one time to get drunk, get behind the wheel of a car and do something you can't take back. That hasn't happened to me, fortunately. However, there are people who I'm sure can vouch about what the bad decision that was and how all of the good decisions that they made beforehand all of a sudden meant nothing. So what am I trying to teach you here? You should spend time being actively introspective. You should spend time considering your flaws, your likely many flaws, and thinking about what kind of environments would allow these flaws to take over and what kind of environments would suppress these flaws. Are you impulsive? Do you make impulsive decisions? Maybe make a rule. If you have to spend more than $50 on something, you have to spend a day thinking about it. You can't make a decision on the spot. Do you like alcohol or other recreational activities? Consider hanging out with friends and family who will not enable this behavior. If you want to move out desperately because you're young and you think that it's cool to move out and be independent and all that, consider the fact that maybe your family right now is the only thing that's preventing you from going completely hog wild and ruining your life. Consider that. I made a video recently about how you should move back in with your parents. This is not about that. However, it's really difficult to be a degenerate if you live with family. They're just not going to let you get to that point. If you watch this channel, I think you probably are the kind of person who is kind of big-brained, kind of autistic, probably very introspective, and I think that's a superpower. I think in the very loud world that we live in, where everything is cranked up to 11 at all times, I think that introspection becomes a superpower. Go to a forest or something, I don't know. Like I'm in the forest right now, barefoot of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Go to the forest and just put your phone away. I'm holding mine right now, but don't worry about it. Put your phone away and just think. Just let your mind be quiet for a minute. Listen to the raindrops around you. And just think. Just be in your head. I know you're introverted because you're watching this video. So that's perfect. Just be in your head for a bit. Just think. be brutal with yourself for just a few minutes and think, what are all the ways in which I could completely screw myself over? That's a great sound right there. What are the ways in which you can screw yourself over completely? Don't worry about the sound in the background, it's fine. The video's almost over anyway. And once you figure out all the ways in which you can screw yourself over, think of all the ways in which you could make your life horrifically worse, way worse. And consider not falling for that. Consider not putting yourself in a situation where your willpower is the only thing between you and a very bad decision. Because the reality is that you don't have infinite willpower. On those days where you're really tired, you've had a bunch of decisions to make, you're very at risk to make a bad decision. And sometimes, the only thing standing between you and a bad decision is making some friends. See you in the next one.